Where the f am I?
Initializing. Welcome to Metal Robot Reviews.
Welcome to the Metal Robot Reviews channel. I'm your host, Tom McKay, and this video is definitely a different one compared to any of the others that I would be putting out. See, we are doing another update video for the channel, for Metal Robot in general, everything that you would want to know, and anything that I feel like I should tell you, and maybe even inquire some questions in the process. So the first thing that you can probably tell, I feel like this is the first thing I should probably get out of the way. Yes, we are in a new set. And no, I did not just move into the new set and set it up within a week. This has actually been setting up over the course of about a month and a half. You see, the last video that released, that video was actually filmed back in June. It was about like a couple days after that the Loudwire video that I was reacting to / reviewing came out. So it just took a long ass time to finally put together. But nonetheless, we are in the new apartment now, and as a result, I've set up the new sets. We've got beautiful, beautiful lighting setup going on here, and I gotta say, it is marvelous. I love the fact that I got LEDs now to bring some actual fucking color to the set. I've always wanted to do that, bring some actual color to the set, aside from just white, 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 white everywhere, maybe some black. I do plan on actually putting some stuff together aside from that, like maybe putting up few more things for the set. I still have a bunch of posters I haven't put up, and they're all Lindsay Schoolcraft posters. Oh, they're all gone. I promise, it's not creepy. I won a contest, I was told to pick something from the store, and I already had a t-shirt, so posters it is. As well, I have to find a place where I can put up the green screen for something that I'll talk about in a couple minutes. But nonetheless, I do want a green screen up, so I am looking to potentially start doing that later on in the set's development. But for right now, I think we're well set here. Next order of business, reviews. They are in fact returning. We had quite a dry spell after a while. The last one we put out was, again, back in June. It was the Year of the Gun review for Eternal Struggle. And that obviously marked the sort of change in how I was reviewing albums. The reason why I did that is because we are still in the middle of a pandemic, and outside you're kind of limited on what you can do. So for the time being, until this clears up, or at the very least settles down enough, we're gonna get back to a sort of in front of the camera, just at the desk kind of format that most reviewers do, but we'll be doing stuff along the lines of that Year of the Gun review, in that it's going to be a bit more hyperactive. It's going to have a lot more like just rapid fire jokes, sort of like a 10-second Purge episode, but it's going to be very much high energy, and it's going to be that sort of, what's the word I'm looking for? I was going somewhere with this entire ramble here. If you could probably tell, this video is so far unscripted. So yeah, for the time being, reviews are going to be very much different from the typical reactionary vlog type of review that I was doing in the past. And I hope you're okay with that. If not, well, don't worry. Hopefully we'll be back to doing the previous version later on in the future. But right now, I do want to flex my creative muscles a bit more and try something that I feel like personally might actually be a bit more beneficial for editing. But we'll have to wait and see how that turns out. Hopefully it'll be easier, but we're gonna have to wait and see what happens for that. But speaking of like reactionary content, actually the last video kind of gave me a sort of inspiration to hopefully do some reaction style videos. Something that you would see from a typical reaction channel, but obviously with my own editing and flair to it. I'm hoping to do something like that because I've noticed that, yeah, reviews very much take up a lot of time in terms of the writing, in terms of the editing. If I do reaction videos, that would take out a lot of the writing process because it's literally just like this, talking to the camera and watching some random bullshit on my TV screen here, whatever comes up for that. It's something that I have been kind of thinking about doing ever since I recorded the 2021 up-and-coming bands video. And I've kind of wanted to see what I could possibly do with it. Obviously, I don't want to just do a reaction video where I just do this. Because A, that's boring, and B, I would rather not get in trouble for copyright infringement. Thank you very much. But I also want to know what you guys think about this. I did take a poll on Twitter, and with 4 votes, people do want to see reactionary content, along with Disquiet wanting me to react to one of their videos. We'll see. But of course, I do want to get that question from you. Would you actually be okay with subscription content? Is it something that you feel like you would have subscribed for, or no, just stick with the reviews? Because I'm kind of going in between either or. I do want to put up reactionary content, as that would create a bit of, it would fill a gap in between uploads for reviews. Not to mention, it gives me a chance to talk about newly released singles, yada, yada, yada. But at the same time, I don't want to do it if I don't feel confident that I can put in the quality, or even put in something that I feel like I would enjoy, or something that no one's going to end up watching anyways. So if you do want to see that, let me know in the comments. But okay, the next thing that I have written here, a Very Metal Week. It's been a while, hasn't it? Oops. So if you don't know, A Very Metal Week is my Facebook exclusive news show. It's something that I haven't updated since June. But yes, A Very Metal Week, that show is currently on hiatus. To be fair, it wasn't intentionally put on hiatus, but now I'm intentionally putting on hiatus. Now, the reason being, this is not going to be a permanent thing. I do want to bring the show back in some capacity, but obviously I've run into a lot of issues with being able to produce that show on what is supposed to be a weekly basis, given the fact that the title is A Very Metal Week. It's supposed to be a weekly series, but obviously because of how fast I have to be able to get them done, otherwise many of the stories talked about could easily update super fast, or they're just out of date by that point if I wait too long. And as a result, it creates a lot of problems because there's a lot that goes into that show, from writing the script, from being able to record it, not to mention creating the graphics that you would see on screen here, like that one. Oh, that's offensive. That's just rude. But yeah, the graphics with the writing, filming, and also the editing, yeah, all of that adds up. And to have to crunch all of that into one single weekend, not to mention the fact that my day job has me booked for weekends, and the fact that I have a side gig where I'm doing voiceovers at the same time, a lot of my time gets eaten up. I would have to pretty much take out an entire weekend, and that's almost impossible for me to do. So what I think I'm going to do right now is I'm going to put A Very Metal Week on hold for now until I can find a way to be able to work with time. I might decide to bring on a couple of extra helping hands, someone to help with the writing, someone to help with the editing. I'm going to start looking amongst my circle of friends, see if I can find anybody. But for now, it's going to be put on hold until I can find a proper solution. But speaking of videos that have not been released in a while, 10-second purge. Yeah, that one. Late as ever, but to be fair, when is it not late? At this point, we're just holding up tradition. So okay, 10-second purge, I actually am working on that now. I've been able to go through about half of the albums I've picked out for the 10-second purge, and it's just a matter of finishing up with the list, going through them, and then finishing up the script, recording and editing, and hopefully, if all goes well, I should have a 10-second purge video ready to go before the end of September, hopefully before the end of September. Because if not, then I'm going to have to do crunch time for Q3. My goal right now is to have it at least ready for the beginning of September, if not the middle of September. We'll have to wait and see what happens for that. But nonetheless, stay tuned for that. Hopefully, we'll have something very, very soon. And finally, this is not Metal Robot Reviews news per se. It has nothing to do with Metal Robot, but I do want to give you a heads up that on the side, I am also working on some new music for my own personal gig as a musician. I'm working on an EP at the current moment. The working title right now is Call to the Demon Sultan, which is a reference for Lovecraft, because of course it has to be. In fact, if you do follow me on any of my personal socials on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at tmckay715, you may have already heard a couple snippets here and there. There's not really anything definitive right now. I am finishing up with the EP. I also am working with a couple people at the current moment to try and get something great for you, and we'll see how that goes. Right now, it's on track to hopefully release in December. If not, I will be sure to update my personal socials. But okay, that's everything that I wanted to talk about in this video. We'll have new reviews coming out hopefully next week. I'm going to work on some more and bring them to you as soon as possible. But again, if you want reaction videos as well, let me know in the comments down below. But with that said, thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, be sure to hit the like button, and if you're new here, hit the subscribe button, ring that fucking bell, and I'll see you in the mosh pit next time. Have a good night.